Well, good morning, beautiful people. How the hell are you this morning? Well, me and Max are on our gorgeous VFR800F. We're all totally bagged up with tank bags, side bags, every bag. Got all our touring gear on. It's Sunday morning at 8 o'clock and we've got tomorrow off because it's bank holiday, and I have managed to find us a campsite. So we've never tried our tent or any of the gear, and man, it took me all day yesterday, but I've managed to get it all in the panniers. I'll show you when we get there. But we're off to Aberystwyth today for a little one-night camping trip. So wish us luck. The bike is damn heavy with all this gear on it, and us too. But let's see how we get on. It's exciting stuff. We're just coming over the hills now. We'll be in Bridgenorth soon, and we may stop, we may not, or we may carry on to Dinky's Diner, and then we may get into Wales from there. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous today. We're at the end of May. Yeah, is it May? March. One of the two. It's already 14 degrees. The skies are blue, no clouds at all. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, I think. Max has been really looking forward to this, and so have I. And yeah, we're finally there. We're finally getting out. So let's get on our way, and let's get as far down as we can, and I'll catch you in a minute. Well, here we are in sunny Bridgenorth, and it is sunny today. You've been down last time, wasn't it? But look at this. It's beautiful today, man. I don't think there's going to be a more perfect day than this. I'm hoping it's going to be this nice for Elan Valley in a couple of weeks, but looks like the weather's turning a little bit, so I couldn't miss this opportunity to take my lad out. But yeah, Bridgenorth already. I don't think we're going to stop at the food stop, or should we? Because we've only been on the road for half an hour. We've got a way to go yet, so we might get all the way up to Dinky's and then maybe get off that way. What do you think? Yeah, I think we'll get off to shall we though? I don't know what to do. It's really let's go and have a look at the food stop. It's only up the road, so it's no dramas. If it's full up, we can always turn back. Alright, buddy? Yeah. Do you want to jump off? Hello. Nice. That poor little stand, man. That poor little stand. I hope so. That was easy, wasn't it? Yeah. Right then, that's a nice little bacon sarnie and a cup of tea at the food stop. I've got to try and get out of here now. OMG. Some idiots have stuck the bike right behind me. Why? 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 And my bike is extremely heavy today. Why would you do it? I've sent my boy down by the lay-by because I don't want to. It's a really awkward car park, isn't it? I want to drop the bike. Yay! seen that a few times before. A guy running up here with like a dragon costume on. I bet he's sweating. Well, I can report that my son's loving it on the back. He's absolutely loving it, and with all the weight on the bike, I mean there is a lot of weight on this bike at the minute. I'll show you when we get to the campsite, if we get that far. But yeah, there's a hell of a lot of weight on this bike, and it's a different animal with all this stuff on it. And this tank bag, it's only a 15 litre one, so it's not very big. I absolutely had to have it though, because there's no room in the panniers for anything. Couldn't even fit a pair of pants in. So I am glad I've got it, but man, it's annoying. I can't see my phone very well, so I can't see the sat nav. I'm having to look over it, but I suppose it's just these things I've got to get used to, isn't it, if I'm going to be going touring. So we think we've got our touring set up the way we need to have it set up. Clothes in the tank bag. We've had to put the tent in the top box, which was my biggest fear, because the top box is now quite heavy. I mean pretty damn heavy, to be honest. And we've got the sleeping bags, mats and pillows, etc. in our panniers. And I've got a little bum bag as well, where I've got all my charging stuff. And under the seat I've set up a double charger, so Max can plug his phone in and we can charge camera batteries up and all that good stuff. So we think we've got the things we need. So this is pretty much our trial. We've never put the tent up, so we're going to have to try that when we're there. So watch this space. But yeah, we've just headed off through Bridge North, and we're going to go past Dinky's Diner Way, because that's the nicest road, I think. So I think I'll just stop there to make sure he's okay and make sure the bike's alright, and then we'll head out. So it's 9:10 now, the times are getting on already, but we're not in any rush. It's just that what we want to do is drop all our stuff off at the campsite and get the tent up, throw all our stuff in it, and then get off down the local Tesco and get some food for tonight, because I've got my little gas burner and I want to try and do something nice to eat tonight. And the supermarket shuts at 4 o'clock, so we're on a little bit of a timeline, but not too stressful. But we also want to spend some time, you know, by the beach. So a lot to cram in today, so we can't hang around too much. But so far so good. Well, that was a gorgeous ride up through Much Wenlock and on towards Shrewsbury. We've got round Shrewsbury now, and we're actually just coming up to Dinky's Diner. So we're going to have a stop there, make sure my little one's alright, as I said, make sure the bike's fine. And then this is the road, isn't it? From here it's just boom all the way. Exciting stuff. Everything fine so far. I was really apprehensive about doing this because of all the weight in the top box. I wasn't so worried about the side panniers, but the top box, god, it was a dead weight. It's the only place I could put the tent though, but I mean it's quite a light tent, but the tent and the weight of the top box and the weight of the holder, you know, the frame that holds the top, I mean that is so heavy, that frame is. And obviously my son on the back, that's a lot of weight on the back of the bike. So I upped the suspension a little bit, made the suspension a little bit firmer, so it wouldn't sag down too much, and I think I got it just about right. But it does alter the shape of the bike a lot, you know, when you're turning round corners, it's you can feel the weight. But if any of you are thinking of buying one of these and you're asking the question whether they can do 2-up riding and camping, well, we're doing, you know, we're 2-up now, and you know, I'm not a light guy by any means, and we've got this filled with stuff, and there's plenty of. I've barely used the VTEC, and when I have, it has performed fantastically. So there is no problem to up with this at all. Alright, kid, I thought we'd have a quick break. I just want to check the sat nav and stuff. This is Dinky's. I don't want the loo. Yeah.
I can see a mountain building up in the distance.
Okay, yeah.
I love the motorway. There's no traffic.
It's cool, isn't it? Oh, this bike's so heavy. Poor bike. But there we go, look, we're all bagged up. Son's got his gear on. He's got his shades down. Loving life. Loving life. Would you believe we've got everything we need, we think, for camping? Eh?
The power bank.
Yeah? Do you need to charge that, or are you alright?
Okay.
Wicked! Yeah, we think we've got everything we need for camping. We'll find out when we get there. I'm just talking to our viewers. Do you want to say hello? Hello. Alright. Well, that's Dinky's done. Little stop at Dinky's. We're off on our way now. Oh, it's glorious. We've just opened the vents up on our coats. It's so lovely. It's 17 degrees. When you stop, it feels much hotter than that with all this gear on. Lots of traffic today, understandably. Nearly in the hills. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, my son's gonna love this. I'm loving it. My son is gonna love this. Bloody bikers, look, 2 abreast, 3 abreast. No one can get past. Get over, man, know what I mean? Lovely hills. Oh, I wish I could talk to my son. Should have got them intercoms. I should have done it. Can't talk to him. I also can't see my bloody sat nav over this tank bag. I think of someone else there. I don't want to put it on the tank bag in that little bag thing because it's right next to my neck. I'll be looking down all the time. I'll have to mess about with the bracket. He is loving this. I just know it on the back of here. He's loving it. I remember it well, son. You enjoy, mate. Well, what a cracking journey so far. Absolutely cracking. I'm not sure how many miles we've got left to go because this stupid tank bag's in the way. I just know that it's straight on. But yeah, loving this. Beautiful ride, isn't it, down here? Well, that was a gorgeous ride down. I think we're about, if I can read it, 2 mile away, and we're staying at Morfa Farm caravan and camping site. I actually oh man, we've been stuck behind a Land Rover. Can't get past it for forever. Doing 35 mile an hour on a 60, and every time you go and try and duck past, someone's coming. So yeah, there's just no rush, is there? so I'm going to sit behind these guys. But yeah, we're only a couple of miles away, and yeah, my arse has gone numb. I bet Max's has as well. Been in the saddle for about 3 hours, haven't we? So but everything else is fine apart from my wrists. Obviously my wrists are going to get it a bit. I have got the bar risers on though, and they have helped tremendously. So if you're thinking of getting them, get them, because they do help. But I'll go through, you know, bar rise. I'll put that on another video soon, and all the other stuff that I've put on the bike to help me along on my tour. Which, yes, I think we're all right. We got down here without issue. The bike just does what it does. It loves this stuff, doesn't it? Bloody heavy though. We've got too much stuff on it. Far too much stuff. But I've got to be honest with you, I've only bought what we need. Literally only the stuff that we need. I haven't bought anything that we don't need. So every single thing we've got we're going to be using, and I had to leave some things at home, to be honest. But what we're going to do is, like I say, dump the stuff off here and get the tent up, and then go off into Aberystwyth and get some supplies, and then we'll be back. Here we are. You made it. That's it. Cool. Check this out. What a vista. Welcome. Let's show you what we got in our top box first. All right, so the important thing, obviously, I've got my tea bags and sweetener in a little pouch. We've got a tea towel, we've got a towel, we've got some trainers, and we've got the tent, the lonerider tent, my little camping gas thing, and the lights for the tent and the actual gas. So we're going to get the tent out and try and get that up. All right, wish us luck. Okay, so in our pannier we have a shoe. If I just take that up, we have our sleeping bags, which are nice and small. We have our mattresses. We have a wash bag. We have a pillow, and more importantly, a chair. Check that out, all that in one pannier. And in the other side, got exactly the same, minus the wash bag. And a pillow, and one shoe, and a tent bag. Bob's your uncle. There we go, and then in our tank bag we had our clothes. So I'm pretty sure we're nearly there. 10 minutes my arse. It just took us half an hour or more. Right, I've left Max tidying the tent up. Whew. Well, it didn't take us 10 minutes. These guide ropes, I couldn't figure it out. There's nothing on the end of them. They're literally just string that goes out. So I've had to tie it back to the ring and then put the peg in. That was a pain in the butt. And also, this ground is really stony. Couldn't get the pegs in, and nearly 500 quid. You don't get any sort of mallet. So I haven't got a mallet, and I couldn't fit one in the bike. So I just had to make do and use my boot. Right, we are dying for a drink, so I'm going to go and get us some shopping in for later. I mean, it's easy enough to set up when you know how, I suppose. But I didn't know how. I watched a few videos on how to do it. But I was trying to figure out which side was which. What was the back and which was the front. That was the hardest bit. Then once we figured that out, we just orientated it to where the angle we wanted it at, so we're not intruding on anybody else. And man, have we got a spot there. It is the most gorgeous, gorgeous spot you could ever wish to camp in. We're right next to the river and right next to the sea that the river flows into. Absolutely beautiful. Get some stuff out the Texaco. Bob's your uncle, eh? Well, that is us pretty much set up now. So we're going to pop off to Aberystwyth together, get some food. You're right. Yeah. It is, and I'm not kidding, 29 degrees here. Said it was going to be 20, 19, 20. It is 29 degrees. And that's one thing I didn't factor in when I was planning what we had to do, like you know, get here, put the tent up, then go to Aberystwyth, get some food. We have absolutely sweat buckets putting the tent up, and the mattresses and all that kind of stuff. It's absolutely tired us out. It is boiling out here, but it's gorgeous. So I just want to get this a bit out of the way. So we want to get out to Aberystwyth, get some food, maybe have a look on the seafront, and come back. And once that's done, we can just chill out then all night, all evening and all night. At the minute everything's hot, sweaty, wet. It could be worse, couldn't it? Look at me complaining. I wasn't complaining. I'll tell you what, the size of some of the birds I've seen here, not seagulls, I don't know what they are, so forgive my ignorance, but they're probably hawks or kites or buzzards or, you know, them sorts of birds. They have the biggest wingspan. They are majestic creatures, and I've seen loads of them. They come right by the tent. But oh, I'll tell you what, I'm glad to get a lot of that weight out the back of the bike. It feels like a million times lighter without the tent on the back and stuff. Look, something crawling in my helmet. Alright, let's get going so we get some fresh air in our vents. Well, looks like we're arriving in Aberystwyth. I can't remember where the Tesco is. Well, let's jump in the Tesco. Oh, I've got flies going all round in my helmet. Yeah, wanted to find the Tesco. Get some grub so I can cook some food on my camp stove. Got my little camp stove and I want to try it out. Right then, so we've got our food for tonight. We've got some pasta, we got some minced beef, we got some cheese, some grated cheese. We got the water to boil it in. So we'll give that a go later. If it fails, I think there's a chippy up the road, but we're going to give it a go. Max didn't want to go down the seafront. He'd rather stay by the tent. I mean, it is bloody lovely there. We've got the river and the sea to explore. So we're just going to get this, and rather than go spend time on the seafront at Aberystwyth, just going to go back and spend the time on the campsite. I think I've just figured the guy ropes out in my head. Are they guy ropes or guide ropes? Guy ropes, I don't know. I think I've just figured it out. There was a little slidey thing, a little bit of plastic on the ends of the ropes, and I think you're supposed to pull the rope out of that and then put the peg in and then slide the slidey thing up to tighten it up. I think I've just... Man, I had to really dig deep then into my memory from when I was like 12, you know, in the Cubs or whatever. But I think that's what you do, so I'll give them a go when I get back. So I've got some knots to undo now. It's actually further out than I thought this is. Don't get me wrong, it's a gorgeous place. I actually, looking at it on the map, it looks like it's right next to Aberystwyth. I suppose I had it zoomed out too much. Because as Max said, if you zoom out enough, France looks close as well. Let's see. Beautiful, look at the sea. Deep blue colour. What a gorgeous, gorgeous place this. I suppose the sun makes all the difference, doesn't it? And obviously having my son on the back. But what a lovely place. Plenty of room here, you know. Lots and lots of room. The birds are huge here. There's a tent, look. A Moto tent, which is actually pretty spectacular for a tent. We got all that in this bike. Can you believe it? I'll show you around it when we've got it all set up properly. But there it is. Well, here we are. Here's our camp. Got the gorgeous VFR800F that brought us here. I put the baffle, the DB killer, back in so I didn't upset anybody. The lone rider tent went up in about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, but it was sweating up when we did it. But it's done. So we got that in there. Oh, we got my Thunderfoot underneath that. I think I was supposed to do that one. Let's do it properly. This is our tent. This is our Max. Hello, Max. Right, should we try that again? Because my battery's just run out. As soon as I press start, it ran out. Here's our Max again. Let's say hello to Max again. Alright, Max. Good journey, mate. Yeah. Yes. TREKOLOGY chairs. Any good?
Very comfy.
Packed down nice and small. Yeah, they got pockets in them. We'll do full reviews on this little lot later. This is us. Got the front open at the minute, so this is our camp station. So we've got all our gear here. It's just thrown in at the minute. We've got to tidy up. But look at that outlook. It's going to keep us awake all night, isn't it? Look what we can see. Then over the hill there is the sea. I'll show you later on. And this is our Lone Rider Moto tent, which is pretty awesome, to be honest. Plenty of room for 2 people. Got our mats in there, look. And got our sleeping bags, we haven't got them out yet. And we've got our pillows. Yeah, we're going to be nice and snug in there tonight. So yeah, it's boiling hot as well. So we've got the mosquito nets, so we can leave them open to get some air in. And I'm now gonna put some food on. I got some pasta and stuff. And I've got my little camping stove here. See if I can get a meal out of it for 2. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit. Well, finally down to chilling. So I've got my first cup of tea. So I boiled some water on my little stove. Man, it boiled so fast. Literally within 2 minutes it boiled the whole pot. So it's red hot. I've had a nice cup of tea. And we've got our pasta on, look. Our pasta's bubbling away. Bubbling away. How cool is that? So I'll go through all this kit. Probably when I get home, actually I'll get it all out and show you what I bought. Max is chilling in the tent with his fly screen up. I'm waiting for stargazing and food. And yeah, we're pretty much set up. So I closed the front. It's a great thing about this tent. I closed this front part because the wind was hitting us there, and I just opened this little side piece where it's nice and calm. Awesome, eh? Right, I'm going to chuck some beef in a minute, and I'll check back with you in a bit. So I've done my pasta. Pasta's all ready, and I'm just doing my meat. And I'll chuck the dolmio on in a bit. This camping stove's pretty good, you know. It's a pretty good stove. The pots are not big enough though, so I'm going to have to figure something out. But watch this space. Any good?
Yeah.
Spaghetti bolognese with 1 little gas burner.
Yeah, that's blinded.
Blinded by the light. There we are.
God, the big stone's causing it. Oh, let's see. It's not in. Rock.
Well, how awesome is that, guys? Just done a time lapse of the sunset, but I don't know if it worked. We'll have to check it out. Look at that, we just sat and watched the sunset, me and Max. Fantastic. What a fantastic day. Right, let's go and set the lights up, shall we? Morning. Well, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning here. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but we've got a gorgeous moon up there somewhere. Sun's not up yet. Great night's sleep. I'm awake, which is like unheard of at this time in the day. Oh, look at it. So we're just going to wait for the sun to come up a little bit, and then we're going to put everything away. Right, we are red hot and knackered now. Max is boiling over there. So we got up at 5 o'clock, had a bit of brekkie. So about 5:30, 20 to 6, we started putting stuff away. Right, so that's it. So let's say goodbye to Morfa farm. We did enjoy last night. The sunset last night was just incredible. I tried to get a time lapse of it, but I don't know if it worked. I'll have to check it when I get home. But that was magical. So we sat there together, watched the sun go down, had a paddle in the little river and in the sea, built a little stone statue or monument. It was just brilliant. Getting this stuff away though wasn't. So trying to get the top box, the tent back in the top box, was really tough. We got it in the end, but yeah, it didn't go away as small as that it came out, which is always the case, isn't it? But we did get it in the end. And the side bags, I found actually an easier way of packing those, so it was fine. Just a bit hot and flustered at the minute because it's just took literally 2.5 hours to try and pack everything. That was quite tough to do, and the sun was beating down on us. And poor old Max was there in his biker gear, all red hot. But he seems to be alright now we're going, I think. Get some wind in his sails, be fine. I've got this tank bag's great and everything, but again I can't see my sat nav. It's even worse now because I've packed a bit more stuff in it. So yeah, let's see where the sat nav doesn't take us. It's already 17 degrees here. I think what's made it worse is that we only stayed for one night. So it obviously took us quite a while to get everything up and settled and ready, and before you know it we're taking it all down again, and it's a pain in the arse, isn't it? So the fact that we did it all in one night, I think that made it a little bit worse. So we're a little bit more flustered than we probably usually would be, but it was absolutely worth it just to see Max's little face light up when we was on the site. He loved it, absolutely loved it. Got the police. Do you want to jump off, mate? What? Police are behind us. Do you want to jump off? Bye. Well, we just got pulled over. Say hello to the nice policeman. What? Did you say hello to the nice policeman? Yeah. He's going to follow us now, isn't he? I didn't get a ticket. You just wanted to check the bike. Really? Got your seatbelt on? You alright? Yeah. Let's try that again. Well, we just got pulled over. I wasn't speeding, it was a bit of a strange one. He did say I was going a tad over the speed limit, but I thought I'd so I was checking it because I know what they're like. I thought I was under, but he said I was a tad over. Maybe it was just an excuse to pull me over, I don't know. But he checked all the bike over, checked that it was in my name, checked that it was insured and MOT'd, and he just asked me to pass the message on to all of the riders that, you know, stick to the speed limits in the villages, and they're out there today. Well, I don't know how many I'm going to see today, so but I was doing 40 then, in a 40, but I actually had a horrifying feeling that I was actually in a 30 and I'd missed the sign, but I wasn't. I was in a 40. I must have been going over. He said I was going slightly over, so there you go. First encounter with a police officer on my bike. Son wasn't impressed. He was like, oh, too hot for this. Another lovely day. It's going to be beautiful today as well. Gorgeous day. I think Maxie's he just wants to get home now. He stood on a tent peg last night, and he went right into his foot, man. Really hurt him. So yeah, I think he just wants to get home now and sort that out. He's still giving him some jip this morning. We cleaned it all out on that, but man, it was quite a deep cut. The mototent pegs that they put in the bag, they're sharp as hell on the back, which is a bit of a shame. So he stepped on one of those and proper hurt himself. Well, we're getting on. We've just come through Welshpool, getting on for Shrewsbury now, and as you can see, the weather has definitely turned a little. So I've been watching the temperature steadily decrease over the last hour and a half or so, and it's now down to 13 degrees, but it's really windy and the wind sort of cuts through you a bit. But what we're going to do is, I need to take some meds, and unfortunately we got no room on the bike or anywhere to put drinks. So I'm going to stop at Dinky's and have a cup of tea, have some meds and a much needed rest. There's a hell of a lot of traffic going the other way down to Aberystwyth, which is a bit, I mean it's only 10:30 I suppose, so everybody's going down there for the day. But yeah, it was good, cracking ride back. We didn't get stuck at all. We had a couple of little stops on the side and the lay-bys to stretch our legs, but no dramas at all, apart from being stopped by the police. So that was my first time I've been stopped by a policeman for many years. And like I say, I don't think I was speeding. I'm going to check the footage when I get back, because I'm pretty sure I was doing under 40 in a 40, or maybe 40. He said I was doing a little bit over, you know, just a couple of miles an hour, so maybe I was. But yeah, nice of him to just check us over and let us on our way. So yeah, let's get to Dinky's. Let's buy the big man a nice drink, and then we'll get home from there. Alright. Well, it's incredibly windy. How annoying. It's blowing us all over the place. Luckily we got all this weight on, eh? So we're just going to pull up into Dinky's now. Let's see who's in here. Didn't take long to get here, did it? No. Well guys, it's still extremely windy, but the sun's come out and it's 16 degrees. We're getting on for home now, so just got off we're on the M54 way. So we're just coming down towards the Royal Oak and places like that, and then we're off home. What a great day, eh? What a great camping trip. Let's hope Eland Valley's as good as that in a couple of weeks, because that was brilliant. Oh. I'll tell you what, after you've been riding for a little while and then you try and put your feet down, it's like your feet are going nope. I mean your legs. But yeah, it was a great trip. I think my son enjoyed that, which is fantastic. But I'll be glad to get home now. Nice strong cup of tea and a rest, and sort Maxie's foot out because he stepped on a tent peg. we've got to sort that out. Well guys, what's left to say apart from thank you very much for riding along with us. I hope you've enjoyed this vid. We're up to Himley now, so I don't know how much batteries I've got left in this camera. Can't remember when I changed it. So I'll probably sign off here if that's okay with you. Alright, so I'll see you in the next one. We've got a big one coming up, which is Eland Valley. That's going to be 2 nights camping on the most gorgeous place on the planet. So maybe going out for a few rides before then. But until then, I will see you on the next Motovlog. You take care guys, and I'll see you later, okay? Bye-bye.